the most is Janabelle as always. So I'm doing a quick little review for you guys for actually one of the movies that I had binge watched like 2 days ago, actually, a few days ago from me recording this video. A movie that actually was recommended to me by one of my buddies at work, Jeremy. I was kind of asking him just like, hey, I need some sci-fi horror, like, what are your recommendations? And this was one of the movies that he had recommended, and it is called Moon. It is from 2009. And this is not really, like, fair little warning, this is not really like a traditional horror movie. It definitely is, like I said, it's much more of like a science fiction type of movie, sort of like a sci-fi mystery type of movie. But, I mean, especially if you are the type of person who, if you're doing a binge like me, if you typically will add something such as, like, Alien or Aliens or something of that nature in your binge, I think you should definitely check this out. Whether you want to include it in your binge or not this year, or you want to wait until after and just kind of have a little something to detox, I think a lot of you guys should check this movie out. It was a terrific little movie. It was. I was literally hooked on it the entire time. And I was kind of surprised by that because literally there's like, in a sense, 3 characters that we kind of see throughout the entirety of the movie. Couple of small little parts with like side characters, but nothing like, like full-fledged in the movie. So there's the 3 characters are basically this one guy, I think it was Sam, I think was his name. And then there's the clone Sam, and then there's the sort of robot that is sort of, basically the HAL version of or HAL from 2001 Space Odyssey. Sorry, let me actually just make sure I'm getting the names right. Once again, I'm totally unprepared for my videos today. What is wrong with me, dude? What is wrong with me? I feel terrible. Okay, so the one guy's name is Sam. Gertie is the like little machine, and that is actually voiced by Kevin Spacey. And then there's obviously a like as I was saying, there's also a Sam clone and everything. And then there's, that's basically your cast throughout most of the movie, with the exception of a couple of little scenes where Sam is like talking to his wife and stuff via satellite and everything. Now, basically what this movie is about is Sam has been contracted out to do some work up on the moon stuff and do like this stuff. It's doing like field work and everything. Like I said, he's been up there for like three years, and it's coming up on like movie starts with him kind of finishing out his last 2 weeks, and like some things kind of start going a little bit crazy. Like he gets into an accident, and then he kind of wakes up, and Gertie is like, "Oh, what do you remember? You were in an accident and everything." He's like, "Well, no, this is what happened." And like Gertie would kind of be like, no, this is what happened and everything. And we're kind of like, what's going on? And soon enough, though, you kind of realize this sort of pattern that's going on. And here's the thing, I don't want to really like spoil too much for you guys, so I'm not gonna go too much into certain things with this movie. But no, it's a terrific little movie. And then after he wakes up from his little like I don't even want to say coma, because he wasn't in a coma, but he was kind of knocked out for a couple of days. He wakes up, he comes to find out that there's this guy who kind of looks like him, this Sam clone and everything. He's kind of like, what's going on? And this will actually come into play like later on and stuff, because the 2 men, they kind of at first butt heads a little bit, clash a little bit, but then they both kind of start realizing, like, wait, certain things are going on here, kind of start working together to figure stuff out, try to figure out how to get home and everything. And it's an excellent little like movie. Like I don't want to say too much about this movie or go into too much detail about this movie, because like I said, there's like little things that would like give away like sort of like the ending and everything. And this one, I kind of like this one because I was kind of trying to figure out sort of what's going on in this movie, but I kind of wanted to just kind of sit back, actually enjoy this, and see what sort of like is playing out. But I think you could definitely, at almost any given point, kind of figure out sort of what's going on and kind of figure out the ending. But it's like it's kind of fun to see how they get there. Like for the most part, I did kind of figure out sort of what it was gonna kind of be, what the movie ended up kind of like going to. But it was fun, like I said, to see how they were kind of gonna get to that explanation and everything. And this movie is actually, I feel like this is a movie that the running time is like almost kind of like perfect. Like it wasn't too long or anything, but because I think it was like an hour and like 37 minutes. So it's like just over an hour and a half, but it wasn't like closer to 2 hours. It didn't feel like it dragged on at all. It's a little bit of a slow burn, but like I said, it'll keep you kind of like glued to your seat, to your screen. Like I said, like I was pretty like hooked on this. I was like, ooh, okay, it's little subtle things that they did in this movie that I think they really nailed. So I definitely recommend this. I mean, I would give this 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, like, and that's like very rare for me to like give a very high score like that. But no, it is definitely a terrific little movie, and I'm not much into like a sci-fi genre or anything. A lot of guys who have been following me for a while kind of know that very few sci-fi movies I really am into, but this is definitely one that you should check out. I feel like a lot of you who are a little bit more into sci-fi probably already know of this movie. Whether you like it or don't like it, that's kind of like up to you. And I'm sure there probably are people out there who do not like this movie. I respect that. I get it. But no, this is definitely one that is worth checking out. If you have checked it out, please let me know in the comments what you think of the movie. And you can actually watch this movie on Netflix. It is on Netflix right now, so go check it out at some point. But anyway, guys, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.